Hi, welcome to our reading for early November 2018. Now remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs and symbols ring for you and follow those feelings, those thoughts, those memories that you get to bring clarity to what you're wondering. We are all spiritual. We are all psychic. We are all children of God, but we're not all going through the same thing at the same time, at the same pace. This could clarify the past, it could shed light into the future, or be right in sync with the now. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody, so we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. If you get a chance, try to check out the musical playlist of inspiration that I put below. See if there's something personal for you in the lyrics, in the music, or just enjoy the tunes. Thank you so much for being here. I hope early November is fantastic for you. I love you so much. I hope you enjoy the reading, and I'll see you in a moment. Hey, happy November. So I thought we could switch things up a little bit this month and do some weekly readings. But before I begin, I had some puppy love come into my world, and I want you to meet Rose. Rose is keeping me on my toes. So if you hear some funny rustling noises going on in the background, you know where it's coming from. So this is going to be a weekly reading for the first week in November, give or take a few days. If you happen to click on this video at a different time, go with the flow, see what resonates for you. I don't really see time as linear. So let's begin the reading. Let's see what advice and wisdom comes through for early November 2018. Right, so let's begin the reading for early November 2018, the first week or so. We're going to start with an angel card. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. We'll start with one card, get the overall theme for the first week in November 2018, some advice, wisdom, and clarity for early November. And all right, the advice coming through this week is to play, to have fun, do something spontaneous, do something that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel like a child. What is that for you? Where time just flies by, where it doesn't exist. It could be connecting to children, doing something fun, maybe arts and crafts, something creative. Maybe it's working on your car. Maybe this is going on a walk, doing something outside, outdoor sports, activities. I just thought of board games like Jenga. Maybe it's video games. Maybe this is watching a funny movie, watching some funny animal videos on YouTube, something that makes you laugh. I see a battery icon, and it's like the battery is being recharged to 15%, to 50%, to 25%, and it never really goes fully charged to 100%. I feel like this is the way to recharge your battery to 100%. So when you go back to your due diligence, when you go back to your schedule, you actually go back with a different filter, with different eyes, with an enlightened spirit. I see like rose-colored glasses for some reason. So I feel like you're skipping across the pond, getting to that lily pad or getting to that flower. So maybe there is a way across. I just saw a huge wall. So maybe you were building up a wall, or somebody else has walls built up. Sometimes we build walls up to protect ourselves, but eventually those walls can make us feel trapped instead of protected. So maybe there's a way to break down those walls, to connect to somebody else, reconnect with yourself. I feel like you find the secret entrance through. You find that way to make a connection. So for some of you, this is just giving yourself a day off. You know, allowing yourself some time to do you, do what's fun for you, do something spontaneous, maybe reconnect with somebody from the past, or reconnect with that friend that you haven't seen in forever. I feel like there is a reconnection that's coming through this week. Maybe for some of you, you can't take off this week, but you can plan something for next week. You know, maybe there's a concert you can go to, or you can plan a dinner date, a luncheon, you know, go out to coffee with somebody, do something fun, something that makes you feel alive. It's important to play. This is going to recharge your soul and make everything that you have to do feel better. So play is beloved one. It's time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry, we will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness, gaiety, and laughter will lift your energy so that you'll return to work with a renewed perspective and heightened energy. I feel like you were trying to come up with a solution or a connection, and the way to find that connection is when you're not pushing it, when you actually walk away, when you do something fun, when you do something spontaneous, outside the box. That's when you find the answer and the connection. So it's important to play this week. Do something fun for you, whether it's by yourself or with somebody you love or with somebody new. Maybe it's just with your animal, you know? So let's see. Let's get clarity on play. We're going to move along to a tarot card. This is the Mystical Tarot. Beloved one, it's time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry, we will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness, gaiety, and laughter will lift your energy so that you'll return to work with a renewed perspective and heightened energy. You're going to recharge your battery. I feel like for some of you, you're running on empty, or you're giving from an empty plate, and this is the way to restore, you know, to put something fruitful into your world again. Hi, Rose. Hi. Hi, baby. All right, so let's get a card. Clarity for play. Rose probably wants to play right now. Gonna help us pick a card? Wait. Yeah. All right, one card for the beginning of the week. And, oh, nice. We have the Two of Cups coming through. This is interesting. I think the last reading had the Ace of Cups. So maybe there was something that began or started last month and it's moving forward. Maybe this is a new connection you have with your honey or a new loved one in your world. I feel like this is always a partnership. This is where two people decide to come together and make it work. This is not giving up on those you love. If you're going through a situation with your honey or with someone in particular, this is a healing energy that comes through to restore that relationship. If this is a new relationship in your world, it means it's working. It's going somewhere. It's worth breaking down those walls a little bit and opening up your heart to love. I'm going to let Rose down and let her go play. Go ahead, honey. So the Two of Cups is beautiful. This is usually you and one other person deciding to come together. If this is not a relationship in your world, this is still a beautiful card because this is a balance between your own masculine and feminine. This is a balance within yourself. This is doing something that makes you happy, that you love, and makes you feel alive. And in turn, the right partnerships will magnify themselves into your world because you're starting to do what you love. Your energy is changing. Therefore, the relationships that come into your world are attracted to that energy you already have within yourself. So beautiful. There's also a lion here, so maybe there's something with a Leo, or this is a gentle approach to a situation that feels like it's a big energy. Maybe it's not pushing something to happen. Maybe it's allowing it to be, allowing something to unfold naturally. It's a two. It's a partnership. It's still at the beginning of something, so you're still working through something. You're still learning about somebody or a particular situation. I feel like I want to say you and somebody else have finally opened up to the same page. So maybe you were on two different chapters before or not seeing things the same way. And this is where you and somebody else are in the same page. You see the same words before you. Maybe you're reading in between the lines the same way. This card is love. So open your heart to receive and to give love this week. However it comes through, whether it's between you and yourself, you and an animal, you and the relationship you're in, a new relationship coming into your world, your family, whatever it is, open your heart to love. Something can be healed. You know, I feel like somebody needs to be heard, or somebody's ready to speak. Maybe they weren't ready in the past, and now is your chance. Now is your chance where you find that secret entrance through that big heavy wall to get through and make a connection with somebody. So let's get clarity on the Two of Cups. I like the girl's white boots. It's almost like there's a masculine, feminine within each of these people. It's almost like she's dressed a little bit like almost like a guy in a kilt, and he's dressed a little bit like a woman in a dress, or vice versa. So I want to say both of you have a balance between your masculine and feminine. So maybe there's an overall balance and harmony in a relationship coming through, or you're seeing things through the other person's perspective, gaining new perspective. There's a caduceus as well, so that makes me think of a healing energy coming through. So maybe this is healing something that happened in your past, or giving you a new flow towards your future. I hope that made sense. Let's get clarity. Let's move along to an animal tarot card. Clarity on the Two of Cups and play for early November 2018. I just thought of a Bruno Mars song, Just the Way You Are. I'll put that below. And all right, we have the King of Summer coming through. This is like the King of Cups. So this king or queen, it could be a male or a female, is usually a water-like sign, or emotions are really important to them. So usually he or she has a handle on their emotions. They've been through different experiences, and they've learned to embrace the emotional qualities about themselves and about others. They're usually very psychic. They give very good advice. Their advice comes from experience. They also have empathy. They're not like cold-hearted, you know. They try to see the situation through the other person's perspective. I feel like this king is usually pretty sexy. He's usually fun. I want to say he's probably spontaneous. He likes to have a good time, maybe upside down. Sometimes he gets lost in his emotions, or a little over emotional, or lost in too much fun. It doesn't come back to maybe reality or dealing with responsibilities, but that's only upside down. I feel like generally this king's pretty balanced. He's usually like the poet. He's romantic. He's inspirational. He's like somebody you can lean on, somebody that you feel like you can talk to and you're not being judged by. So this could be somebody you know, or this could be you, somebody important that comes through, or the qualities you need to exude this week to handle your situation that's coming through. So be open, you know, allow yourself to tap into your own emotions. Don't shut them away. Don't bottle them up. You know, don't push something under the surface, or there's going to be too much pressure. If something needs to come out, let it come out. I feel like if you need a good cry, sometimes that's really healing, you know, to let something out, to work through something so it's not stuck inside you, you know, like mucking up your aura, mucking up your energy. So maybe you're having a really deep connection with somebody this week. This is usually somebody very mature. I want to say it's a father. It could be, you know, your honey, your husband, your wife, your brother. It's somebody mature. You know, somebody that has had experiences. Even if they're young, they really learn from their experiences. There's a natural wisdom about this person. They know how to give advice. So the King of Summer is warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. This is the penguin. Look at all the little penguins underneath. So I feel like there is a masculine, feminine quality here. There's something like maybe the father that stays at home, or there's equal equal between husband and wife, or you and somebody else to take care of younger energies, maybe your children, maybe your animals. It's like feminine qualities that come through a masculine side, or vice versa. So a trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from their heart. I feel like they wear their heart on their sleeve. Maybe it takes a little bit to get this person to open up to you, or maybe that's you that doesn't normally open up, but this person finds the way through. They have the right energy where you just feel like you can trust them and open up. So maybe this is just a good conversation you have with a buddy or a friend, where you can talk about something that you went through and almost like, I don't want to say revisit something, but like think about something that you're going through now or in your past with a different perspective or a different filter, or see it a different way. Maybe so you can come up with something with a new approach. Maybe your approach is important. I want to say the gentle approach is appropriate. It's not something that has to be forced. It's something that unfolds naturally. So let's get clarity on the King of Summer, the Two of Cups, and play. I hear be spontaneous. So that's either a spontaneous invitation, or you feel like the timing just suddenly is right to open up about something, to speak your mind. I want to say don't be afraid. It's okay. I feel like everything is okay. It will like play out as it should, or in divine timing, or when it's supposed to be right. I feel like you're going to feel that perfect timing to say something or approach somebody. Let's get clarity. We're going to get from the one card from the Sacred Traveler. I want to say something was happening behind closed doors. So either something was happening in the past or recently, something had to grow, something was being prepared for you, and now that door will open up so you can finally see what it is. Or maybe you had to do something on your own or behind closed doors, and now you're opening up that door and letting somebody else in. All right, let's get clarity for the beginning of November and first light. All right, so this is, I want to say, like a new start, a new beginning. It's beginning a new cycle. So this is a chance to do something a different way, to start something again, to clear the slate, to have a brand new energy coming through on either an old relationship or a new relationship coming into your world. So new cycle could also be you, I want to say, beginning a new job or starting a new hobby. It's like you're bringing something new into your world. So, you know, maybe it starts with, you know, a connection you have with somebody else in a relationship that brings that spontaneous idea to start something new for you. I mean, it could be signing up for a class, going back to school, or doing what you always do, but with a different, I'm getting like a different approach, so you get different results. Let's see. First light, beginning of a new cycle. I also want to say, if you can't come up with an answer, or you're stumbling on a solution to something, maybe just go to bed early, get more sleep, and you know, put something to rest a little bit, so that when you wake up with a new vitality, a new perspective on something. Just put something aside if you have to for now. Allow yourself time to maybe rest so you see something differently in the future. Let's see, first light. Beginning a new cycle. A new day has begun in your life. You are beginning a new cycle. It's time to release the old and start again. Wipe the slate clean. Although it's often difficult to release familiar routines, situations, and relationships that no longer empower you, it's time to set your sights on the future and let go of the past. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know the traveler faces east during sunrise and affirms that a new day and a new cycle have begun. New beginnings are often fraught with the unknown. Yet, the sacred traveler has observed on the extended journey that life goes through a cycle. In the cycle of life, the plants die in the autumn, so there can be new birth in the spring. The sun rises and sets. It's the universal dance of death and rebirth. There is a time to end and a time to begin. In your life, if it's the close of one cycle and the beginning of another. Face fear about the unknown and be willing to begin anew. You will succeed. So whatever is beginning right now this week is going to have success in your future. Look forward. Something will change. There will be a new chapter unfolding. I feel like something beautiful is coming through. You have a new connection coming through. You have more fun coming through. Something is coming through this week to make you feel more vibrant and alive. So open up your heart, you know, get that starry-eyed look going and just see what happens, see what unfolds in your world. I hope this reading was helpful for you. I hope you have a beautiful week in November. I love you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.